There's this thing in life until now where I am in life. I've come to learn. I've come to learn to accept the things that I cannot change. There's things that you cannot just change in life. I love this serenity prayer. Until this thing hit me is when I took this serenity prayer seriously. Let me tell you, there's this scenario story that it is something that has happened to me. You know what I mean? I was in this relationship, and it was like I was forcing issues, you know what I mean? Yes, so this girl is like, oh, she's not that, she pretends to be churchy. She by her saying, you can just hear her saying that her family, there are people who have grown up in church, but her actions, no. I just met with her, we became friends, and she was the one proposing to me one night when I'm in my home, my yard. I was staying in Lunga Lunga that time. When I'm in my house, a friend of mine comes at night knocking. It was midnight, I tell him. It is those iron sheet houses. So I'm in my house, I've slept, then I hear someone knocking. Opening the door, I find this guy. This guy is accompanied with this lady. That is the first time this lady coming to my house. Of course, she had been coming, but the first time she came at night. All right? So, because we were friends. So, I was like astonished, but again, I was happy to see my girl. Of course, she was a friend of mine, and she was like, this is my girl. So this boy is a cousin. They are cousins, I think so. That is why I was not flabbergasted by seeing them by seeing him by seeing her accompanied by him. So they are like cousins. So she was there, and in fact, the cousin was my neighbor. Someone who understands the iron sheet houses, the slum life, can just relate. So I'm here. But this girl, where is she coming from at that time of night? And the second thing, she's a girl who was she loves staying in her friends, majority of her friends. She loved staying in some, how will you call it, a club or a pub, where people take illicit brews. Should I call it so? Yes, you know what I mean? And I was like, me, I'm that saved boy, church boy. So you girl have come here. You've come to a pastor, God's vessel. Let me accept. Jesus became like them so that he could save them. Paul also mingled and became like those. He wanted to win their souls. So I also said, no, I can't deny this. If she has come to me, she must change her ways. By the course of time, I believe so. Oh my God. So we went on, but she's not that lady who has now come to your place. Now she wants to settle. No, she has her home there. Not even her home. Her parents do not stay in the city, Nairobi. That is, they stay in the neighboring county. But her, because she has been brought up there, she was staying there on her own, because she's a grown-up, of course, and her relatives, some of them are there. So I said, now, because you've come to me, now you will have to walk with me, and I'll have to accept that, now I've found a fiancé, I've found a woman. Now we are not in no friendship. Now it's high time even we take these chances and go to see our parents also. That is some plan that I had in mind. So as days were going by, I'm wanting this girl to come closer. Even God says, draw close to me and I'll draw close to you. So this is me and this is her. I thought that it is a wife. Uh, to my surprise, she's just someone who's there. She wants the ready-made food, processed foods. She doesn't have time to cook. Even you will not find her in the house when you are back from your daily course. You are toiling. You'll not find her in the house. You'll reach the house, even the utensils, they are not washed. Your clothes can't be washed, yet she's asking for you to send her money so that she can buy the maybe soap or something to clean to do the cleaning. You'll find her not available in the house. The first thing, she's somewhere with her friends, fellow women, who sell the illicit brews, if I can call it so. you know so because I'm like Jesus, I'm Christ like. I said I'll just take this chance. I'll just how do we call it? I'll patiently, and I will how do we say this? I will tolerate, not tolerate, I will endure. Because with time I believe she will turn her back from maybe the ways I see her, the her ways, which I think are wrong in the house of God, or wicked, and she'll turn back to the right ways that makes God happy. It took time. I endured. I can tell you I endured. Don't forget, the point here is learning to accept what you cannot change. Learning to accept how things are, and you are not just God. You can't make everyone happy. You are not here to make everyone happy. Yes. So that is me. This is her. We are months have passed by. I'm trying to tell her. Okay, many of you. Some of you can say that, oh, I was simping something, but no. Me, I knew what I'm doing, and I believe that Jesus became a sinner so that he could save we. So, and Jesus told we to be like him. So Paul was another example. So I'm the Paul of today. I'm Jesus here. So I tried to endure. I endured for sure. She's not at the house. I'm financially supporting her with whatever she needs. Sometimes she's not sleeping in the area, just for the sake of me being patient with her, that she will change her ways. And because even when it reaches church time, those Sundays, she's not available. She's coming with this idea of us going to her home, where her parents are in Kiambu. We are in Nairobi. And I'm like, oh, should I take you to my parents first, or should you give me this idea to take so that we go to your parents? Then I'm like, oh, because it is a process, and where my parents live is a far away county as compared to the Kiambu county. It is a distance, and even the fare, it is somehow, you can just see if the distance is long and far, even the fare will be as compared to the county nearest to the capital city, Nairobi County. So I'm like, and we went to her home, of course, but it is someone I have endured staying with, with all my heart. I'm like, I want you to change. I love you because you just came to me, because I had no friends in this hood, but you are one of them. But I also remember that the devil can also, I did not remember, I can say also another point, that the devil also can pretend to be the angel of light, okay? Yes. So according to this story, you can just relate and agree with that with me when I say so. The girl is here. We have already visited her home. In fact, we found her sister, younger sister, and her siblings. They came. They were from. They had gone to some place. When we reached there, we didn't find them, but they found we. All right. We were there. Her mother came and she was happy to see me. You know. And so. So our father, we've never talked, but me, I'm always telling my parents I have my girl here. I'll bring her home sometime. But yes, of course. So someday my mama was in the capital city, and I'm like, we had we had we had gone for where had we gone? In some place in East Lee. So because mama was in CBD, I decided that we must go and so that she see mama. And in fact, it was like I was pushing her. It was not, she was not willing, that free will, you know what I mean? So it was like I was pushing her to, you know. The point is, I have come to learn, and you should learn to accept what you cannot change. Because you can see, all along, I'm the one trying to push her, trying to tell her this. She's just consuming my money. You know, when you are two, you become one, of course. But she's here, she's not around. I come, I think I have a wife, and she's not around when I've come with something to cook. Even I've sent her money so that I get food prepared. There's nothing. When I reach home, there's nothing. I now start figuring out what I will take next, what I will eat. Now I go back to the shop to buy some processed food. You know, I know you can say I was simping, but Jesus became like we so that he could save we. I repeat. So days went on, time went on, and I felt like, yeah, I have some money, we should go to see my parents now. And this girl, I want to go with her to see my parents and to see my homestead, to see my home where my home where my parents dwell, that is known in the city, and also say hi. You know, that the person I'm telling is someone who is not always available, but she's always, when I'm not around in the hood, when she has realized I've gone to work and to do something to get my daily bread, is the time now she's calling me. And there are some people always surround me, the boys, or even boys, guys, you know, hoodmates, you know, they are always like bitter. It's like I've made a mistake to take their girl, you know. And the people who are bitter at me, they have wives, they have families, you know. They are always there to agitate me, to talk bad and ill about me. Every moment I wake up and it's my time, it's when I'm heading to work, you know. They are around the corner. They are around the corner. They want me to hear how they're throwing jabs at me, you know. They're talking very harshly so that I can hear whenever I pass by. You know, the route is somehow, the place where we pass is, you cannot just, it is a one way, or you use some other route. But either routes, you'll find those people, do I call them enemies? Because the wives of the guys, they are friends to the woman that I was with in relationship, you know. Yes, the woman is telling me leave those people alone, but how can my enemies be your friends? You know, that is the question I was asking. But I was just trying to be like Jesus, you know. Of course, yes, days went by. So there's this time I decided, oh, we should now go to where my parents are, and I have this money in place, you know. And she's not available because I told her the day after that day, the day before that day, that tomorrow we'll have to leave this capital city, you know. Now she went missing. She hid, you know. Going to look for her where they sell the illicit brews with her friends. She's there and she doesn't want to move. In fact, she stole my phone and went with it. She went and she came in the morning. At night, she was not there. She was with those friends of her, you know. I pray that God will not allow the devil to attack you in such a way he attacked me, you know. So I'm going, she came in the morning, she has taken my phone, she's out there. I'm going from pub to pub, club to club, searching for her where I think she can be, you know. So I found her in someone, and she's like not moving. Even the customers are not there. She's pretending to be busy, you know. She has handed over the phone to me because I insisted, and I'm telling her, no, time is up, you know, we have to leave. And she's like, I'm coming. I've already took bath. She's there, you know. It became so tough. The relationship came to an end. I can't explain some place there. It is also hurting me, but I came to realize and acknowledge this prayer, this serenity prayer, you know, of letting God to make you accept the things that you cannot accept, and do what you. I know you know the prayer. I cannot recite it because I've not crammed it, but I cut off that relationship because I came to accept that this one, it is tough. I cannot change, you know. I cannot tell you that being in a relationship with someone who is the one to tell you, let's go to church. It's church time. Let's prepare, you know. Your clothes are dirty. No, you should not repeat those clothes today. I'll wash them. Wear these ones, you know. Someone who, before you sleep, is the one to remind you, did you pray? You've not. Let's pray. Someone who is there to tell you, you know, I love you. Let's read the Bible together. Hey, if you get someone like that, a God-fearing woman, all I can say, if you get someone like that, whoever finds a wife finds a good thing and receives a blessing from the Lord. You know, guys, I came to learn from this story, from this experience. I can testify and say, learn to accept that you cannot change some things and some people. You just live your life and look, if it is a partner or a relationship, look for someone of a kind, someone who is God-fearing, you know. And if you are wicked, look for someone of a kind, because if you try to look for some, if you don't want to change your ways from wickedness, like I was handling this lady, she couldn't, because she has surrounded herself with friends, you know. She's just there to infuriate you. She's not there to give you hope. She's there to make you lose hope, you know. Such kind of people, you can just say it's like they have been sent. She doesn't give a damn. In fact, she was not giving a damn. She doesn't care. All right, she doesn't care even the little things, you know. She's there like to tell you, you know, me, I've grown in this hood, I have lived here, I know this. No, if God blesses you with someone, don't take granted of them. That is another lesson I can learn from this. But my main point is that let's learn to accept that we cannot change other things and live on. All right, yes, that is it. Let's learn to accept that we cannot change other things, and let's live on. So guys, I love you so much, and let's walk in God's love. That is what is of essence. If you walk in God's love, all is well.